Right now, the owners of the former Northridge Mall have just days to sell the property.
They're trying to beat a court order, a ruling that could lead to them giving it away. The owners of the property at 76 and Brown Deer have been fighting in order to tear the building down since 2019.
12 News' Nick Bohr is there live. And Nick, you just talked to the agent trying to broker a deal at the 11th hour.
Right, there is a feeling that the Chinese-based owners of Northridge Mall are running out of time, fearing that their legal battles are drawing to an end and they could wind up with nothing. Just last Friday, the city of Milwaukee learned the state would pay $15 million to help tear down the long, vacant, dilapidated mall that closed 20 years ago.
I want to focus in on the fact that this has been a blighted eyesore on the northwest side of the city of Milwaukee. Is dragged down the entire city of Milwaukee, in fact. And that's what I want to put my focus on right now. Is working to make sure that we address the issue at hand.
Now, Coldwell Banker broker Arthur Fedatov tells 12 News the owner, U.S. Black Spruce Enterprises, wants to sell it for $2 million by early next week. He admits there have been no concrete offers yet, but tells me, quote, I'm pretty confident that we can make something happen.
It would be great to have them all again, but, just anything to create some jobs.
Those who live and work nearby say it's long past time there's an end to the vandalism and arson fires that have turned the former retail complex into a blight.
It should bring back more people back to the area, brighten back up the area. Anything is better than nothing. Anything is better than, overgrown weeds and grass. Just anything. Retail, light industrial, anything to bring some type of attention back to that.
The realtor says the city wants the mall demolished with brand new buildings featuring retail on the first floor with residential apartments or condos above.
I think that could work with the right marketing, the right, making sure everyone knows. I think it'll be a great plan.
Nick, I have a question about timing. What is the rush for the current owner to sell? They have literally had years to do something with it or sell it.
Right, Joyce. As you know, they've been facing a raise order since 2019. When the appeals court ruling, though, expected any day now on that, it could give the city the go-ahead to tear this down without their cooperation. Plus, the company owes more than $1 million in back taxes to the city. So if that judgment comes in, they could face the chance of being left with nothing.
So there's inspiration to get something done this time. Nick Bohr reporting live from Milwaukee's north side. The Northridge property has been a part of Milwaukee's landscape for more than 50 years. The mall first opened in 1972. It shut down in 2003. And there have been several different plans announced to revitalize the property since then, but none have come to fruition. The city of Milwaukee ordered the mall to be razed in 2019, an order that's been at the center of a legal battle since. The state just last Friday announced a $15 million grant for the city to help demolish the mall.